This is coming from someone that has puked pretty much everywhere. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. People will take care of you. If you have a friend with you, like a girlfriend, she'll hold your hair and shit. And even if you don't, this is all you gotta do. I gotta shit. No, don't say that. Sorry, don't say that. That's what I say. Don't say that. Say, I have to go to the bathroom, or just be like, I gotta pee, or just get away to where you can leave without being noticed, really, and then go do your shit. Hold your hair back like this, and then get some water, wipe that shit off, perhaps pop a breath mint, and then go back out. Nobody's gotta know. That's the way that I do it, because I don't like when people know. I feel like it's a sign of weakness, and I just don't do that. But say you're in a car. If you're in a car, you're like, boop, boop, boop. Actually, you're not driving. Your friend's like, doo, doo, doo. And you're in the passenger seat, and you're like, oh, don't feel so good. You say, stop the car. Pull off somewhere, yak out the car, and get back in. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, if you've never done it before, I can understand how you'd be scared, like people are gonna laugh at you or something, but fuck them. If you gotta puke, dude. And I've puked a bunch. I puked on myself. So, I mean, let me tell you this story. This is a good one. Okay, so, I am out with my ex-boyfriend, Ethan. We're at his house. I just met his dad. Like, this was like kind of a family thing. So I go over to this cookout and shit. It wasn't really a cookout. We did cookout, but... So, it's his dad, his mom, his sister, his grandma, and his grandma's boyfriend, and me. So, we had a great old day, and it was all fun. I bonded with his dad and his mom. They fucking love me. And, I was in my bathing suit. Just my bathing suit at this time. And we're all sitting around, and first... the best part is, like, I wanted to drink. Like, I was like, let's fucking get drunk. So, his dad was like, oh, but we drank last night. Like, I don't really want to drink again. And I was like, oh, you can't hang? And he was like, fine. So just keep that in mind. So, he goes and gets beer, and I'm pounding him. I'm fucking pounding him left and right. And I've got, like, 3 or 4 down. And I start singing karaoke with, we'll just call it the grandpa. I start singing karaoke with the grandpa. Like, I'm fucking belting that shit. And I'm getting down, and I'm so happy, and, they're like, let's go get some Jaeger, because they're all about some Jaeger there. So they go get it, and I'm so for it. So I'm sitting down after they came back with the Jaeger. I'm like, Jaeger 1, take that shot to the dome. I'm like, ugh, it's gross. And mind you, I've had like 3 or 4 beers. First shot of Jaeger down. Goes down smoothly. I'm like, yeah, I fucking love that shit. And, like 5-10 minutes later, they're like, Jaeger again. I'm like, hit me. So I'm like, boom, take that one back. I'm like, oh, I don't really know about this. And at this point, I'm getting fucked up. So at this point, I'm really, really loud. Like, it's so funny. We're sitting around this, like, table, this really long table, and it's me and then his sister, and then he's at the end, his mom's on the other side, and his dad's in front of me, and then at the other end, like opposite Ethan, is his grandma, and then his grandpa's at the end, like right next to her. So I'm just fucking yelling, I'm cussing like a motherfucker, like, I'm just showing my ass. But they eat that shit up, they loved it. So, they're like, 3rd Jaeger shot, and this is within a good 20 minutes. We're just pounding shots, and I'm like, alright, fill it up, because I don't want to look like a little bitch, you know? So I take that one back, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, that was not good. And I start doing that thing. I don't know if you know, since I don't know if you've drank or not, but if you've drank the way that I do, you would have had to puke. So you don't really know about this yet, but you feel it first. And once you start feeling that, if you do have to puke in public, once you start feeling it, it's like, it's a pressure kind of thing right here, and you'll swallow, you'll like that, try to push it back down, but you can feel it in your tummy, like the nausea feeling. So I'm getting that, and I'm like, fuck. So I'm swallowing it back, and that's when I start getting quiet. Like, if you see me get quiet, that's when I'm about to puke, because I feel like if I talk, I'll puke. So, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, fuck, this is not good. And then, like, all of a sudden, I'm just like, bleh. I just, like, fucking puke all over myself. And it's dark, so nobody sees it. I'm like, haha. So I'm like, bleh, puke. I mean, literally, it was like, boom, all down my bathing suit. And I was like, shit. So I just kind of, like, get up, and, like, I go around the table all nonchalantly. Like, I have puke all over me, but I'm like, ain't no thing. So I just walk around, and I get inside, I'm like, stomach, and I'm like, fuck, I'm so drunk. Like, it took me an hour to get fucking hammered, like, super drunk. It's that Jaeger, it kills me. So I get in the bathroom, And I'm putting my hair up, I'm like, like all in the toilet, like fucking everywhere. I got all in my hair, because at that point I just didn't give a fuck. I was like puking. It was some serious puking, and I'm in there for so long, like my little head's in the toilet. And his sister comes in, and I'm fucking sitting like against the wall, like across from the toilet. I'm just like, ugh, I've got puke all over myself. Like, it's so gross. And she's like, do you need some help? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And she like cleaned me all up and put me in the bed. It was 8:30 at night. I was passed the fuck out. And I slept until like 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I got up and I went in the kitchen and like ate some bread and stuff. But puking happens. That's the moral of my story. It happens. As long as it doesn't happen on you, you're good. But I'll just let you know, I've puked on myself, like, it's trashy and it's gross, but I've puked on myself, like, a handful of times. It happens. I mean, if you know your limits when you're drinking, then it shouldn't happen, and it hasn't happened. Like, I went almost a whole year without puking, like, from being drunk, because I don't like to puke. But if you think about it like this, after you puke, it feels so much better. Like, it feels so much better. So, if you gotta do it, excuse yourself, and get the fuck out of there. Do it. Clean yourself up. Listerine that shit, and then you're good. It's not something, it's that scary. After you do it the first time, you won't be as scared anymore. Ooh, hiccups.